What's up, guys? Good morning. Okay, so what's the volume like? What's the screen like? Everything look good? What's up, guys? So what's the screen look like? Everything look good? The volume sounds good? Everything looked good? Let me know. Give me some feedback here. Good morning, everybody. So I'm watching ARDX. It's pushing up a little bit. It reached a high of $9 yesterday in after hours. It's at $7.40 now, but it held support nicely over $7. So we'll see if it can start pushing back up and testing $8. Also, INFI made a nice little push. It closed at $1.67. It's at $2.37 now. So I want to see if it can break that 256 pre-market high as well as that 250 half dollar and see what that one does. Also watching CLNT, KTOV, AVXL, CASI, CLSN, SRNE. I'm going to watch HMNY to see what it does. See if it washes out some. I think it may wash out, but I'm curious. Good morning, Marwan. Hey, Marwan, what's the sounds? How does it sound? Everything sound good? Picture quality good? And so I'm also watching CLNT. I want to see if we can hold over this 550 point and push up, breaking $6 at the open. Maybe I like INFI the most, although it's a little bit overextended. We'll see what that one does as well. AVXL as well. It's currently at $4.40, reached a high of $4.95. So we'll see if it can test that $4.50 and $5 area today. So the volume's good, Marwan. Good. Picture quality good. Good. Yeah, I'm really curious about what HMNY is going to do today. It had a red day yesterday for the first time in a while. You can see the daily on this thing. It had its first red day in 4 or 5 days yesterday, so we'll see what this one does. Good morning, Team Blue. Also want to see ARDX hold over 750. It has some decent volume and after hours and pre-market so far. CASI starting to push up a little bit. We'll see if it can make another push. It held these gains for the most part, so we'll see what it does at the open, but it's starting to push up a little bit. Good. What else do we have? DHXM. That one's on my other monitor on my right. It's okay, you know. Not a ton of volume, but I like where it's at right now, you know. It's not as big of a gap up as some of these other ones because it's only a 70-cent gap up for a 450 stock. So it's a little bit less than these other ones that are all up $1 or more. And so, I mean, INFI is close to it. So we'll see if it can pick up a little bit more volume. It has the volume's a little bit low. And we'll see if it can hold over this 450 area and keep pushing up. I'm also watching KTOV. Gave up a little bit. Closed at 315, so it's still gapping up some. At 339 now. You can check out the daily. Made a big push up. Has a little bit of room maybe until 340s. We'll see what that one does at the open. SPI. Yeah, I like SPI. A little bit cheaper of a stock, but I don't mind trading these sometimes. If it can break that 25-cent area, I like it. So I'm watching, let me get my list going. So we have ARDX, INFI, SPI, KTOV, CLNT. What's the other one? DHXM. AVXL, CASI, CLSN, SRNE. I went ahead and put ROKA on my watch list as well, and HMNY. So these are all the ones I'm watching this morning. I'll leave this right here just so we can kind of see a good idea. This is everything I'm watching. So we got a decent amount of movers. We'll see what SPI and CLNT, KTOV do. I want to see INFI run up, possibly test $2 or test $3 today. And I want to see ARDX hold over that 750 area. SPI, I want it to hold over this 20.5-cent area right here where it found that previous support, and really just over 20 cents. So I'm going to go look to see if anything else is really moving this morning. But we got a decent amount of plays, looks like. What's the SPY looking like this morning? SPY's down from yesterday's close. We'll see if we can get a rebound at the open. SPY looks decent. We'll see if we can push up. Watching SPI. Good morning, Graham. Man, it's a little cold here in Texas this morning. It's like 60 degrees outside. I'm surprised. It's been hot. Yesterday it was like 85, 90 degrees here. Oh, weird. So my favorite ones are probably INFI. We'll see if that one pushes up. I do like SPI, ARDX, and CLNT. Also watching KTOV to see if it can push up and run a little bit. Like KTOV to see if it can push up and test that $4 area. Good morning, Troy. Check out IZEA. Yeah, it's moving up a little bit. This one was a crazy mover about a month ago. This thing was moving really crazy, moving a lot. You can look at the yearly and see all this big push starting in September, late September. So we'll see if it rebounds a little bit off of $4. I can't trade this one on UStock, I don't think. I don't think they have it. Yeah, they don't have this one on UStock to trade. I remember that. And so I won't be able to trade it. Let me see. I might have a day trade left on Robinhood. So I'll check that out. Oh, NCS, mister. Oh yeah, I didn't see that one as well. I actually like this one too. It's not up a huge amount, which is what I want to see. When I see a gap up, and this one has decent volume in pre-market and after hours, and it's not gapped up that much compared to some other ones. Well, actually, I guess it's actually a bigger percentage gain. Actually, thinking about it, it's gapped up about 33 cents, and so it's gapped up 33 cents, and it closed at $1, so it's a big gain still, even though it's cheap, but I still like it. We'll see what it does. I want to see if it dips back down and it gives us that opportunity for it to break that pre-market high as well as that $0.50 at the open. Maybe I'll hop in. SPI starting to give some of it up, drop down to 19. It's 26 degrees in South Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Yeah, man, here in Texas it's 8 a.m. and it's like 65 degrees, which is really cold for Texas. The coldest it'll ever get here in Texas is maybe like 25, 30 degrees. And that's actually pretty cold just because of the humidity down here. But no, it never snows or anything like that. I'm in the Houston area, so it's South Texas. Good morning, Chi. What's up, man? You get into anything in pre-market, Chi? I want to see if ONCS dips down and then breaks that pre-market high at 146. So it flags a little bit, basically. SPI starting to give up some of it. I'm going to switch this one to my other monitor now that it had that big give up. We'll see if it bounces back for SPI, but there's no telling. So it's 12 p.m. there, Troy. So it's midday there. That's crazy. Yeah, I've been up to Canada a few times to visit my stepdad's family, and the time change is pretty. It's a decent. It's a big difference from where we are here. Good morning, LB. What's up, man? Okay, so we'll see if INFI can make that push towards the $0.50 at the open. That's what I'm going to be watching for with INFI, for it to break that $0.50 and for it to break that 256 area here. That's really where I want it to break. You got to be careful with it if it breaks that $0.50 but doesn't break this, because it could always get rejected here. Really curious about what HMNY is going to do. May start a big washout, but it actually bounced back fairly well in after hours and pre-market. So we'll see what that one does. It's just been up such a huge amount the last few days. This thing, a month ago, this thing was at $2.50. Now it's at $30. And so I think it's got to give some of that up. You can never really tell. I thought this thing was overextended every time I looked at it the last week, but it keeps pushing up, so we'll see what it does at the open. Also watching KTOV to see if it breaks that 350 mark. It closed at 315 yesterday. And you can see this is one of my favorite swing trading strategies. It closed right above the high, right before the close. It pushed up right before the high on that very last candle. And so it's gapping up some. That's why I love that strategy. It usually works well. I'm going to have to upload my Robinhood chart. My Robinhood chart's a thing of beauty. True, yeah, you can go to the gym first. You're an LTBR, Chi. You in a short or long? I'm guessing you're in long at 113. I mean, it's a decent risk reward trade. It might have a little bit of room up to 145. And so if you set your risk at $1 even and your goal or reward at 140s, you know, that's a decent risk reward setup. We'll see what it does though. But good luck with that, Chi. What's up, guys? Look, if you want to help support our channel and you appreciate this live stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the like button for this stream. It definitely helps support us, so we appreciate it. Going to the Maldives, huh? I've always wanted to go there. It looks really cool. Right, Chi. That's a good idea. That's a good trade idea. I like that. Stop at $1 for your risk. You know, set your reward at the high of after hours and pre-market at 145. So it's a good risk reward trade, I guess. The only thing I don't like about that one, Chi, is that it gave up most of those gains. I want to see it hold at least some of them, you know. And it held a little bit of it, but I think it could have held a little bit more. SPI started to push back. Back up to over 20 cents, just under 21 cents at 20.98. Thanks, Team Blue, man. Appreciate the support, bro. Thanks, man. Good morning, Rayleigh. Oh, no, wait, that's you, Levi, huh? Levi, is your name Rayleigh, or was it you that said you were on your wife's account or your daughter's account? Yeah, ONCS is gapping up a decent amount, Levi. It's at 135 now, so I do like this. Actually like this dip down as long as it holds that support, so it has that opportunity to break that pre-market high at the open. So we'll see. See what INFI does. We'll see if it can push up. Let's check out the daily on this thing. We'll see if it can run to over $2 for INFI. Might have a little bit of room if it holds over that 166 area. Wait, actually this one's gapping up, right? We'll see if it has room. It's at 238. So this one's got some room then. Got some room up to the 360s. So this looks like it's a good, nice daily. Has some room for sure. SPI starting to push up to 22. Right, that's what I thought, Levi. I thought it was, I knew you said something about it. It was your wife or daughters. Okay, so let's see. SPI starting to push back up nicely. I'm still watching CASI just to see if it can make that other push that I'm looking for. It held half of the gains You know, found some support just over $3, and it's at 360 now. So we'll see if it can push over 4 at the open and at least hold over 350s. So we'll see what that one does. I was watching SRNE, but it started to wash out a little bit and gave up a lot of the gains, and now it's actually technically gapping down from where it closed at 370. So we'll see about that one. A little skeptical of it now. HMNY is under 30. It's at 29.25 now. So we'll see if it can push up or if it washes out. My opinion is that HMNY is going to start to wash out pretty soon. It's just up such a huge amount already. Look at the 15-minute chart. It's just up a huge amount. So we'll see what it does. Check out the hourly. It was at 242 right here on September 14th. And now it's up to $29. So I just think it has to give up some of this gain. We'll see if this pullback was enough, and then if it keeps pushing up, we'll see what it does. All right, guys, we got 20 minutes until the open. Hopefully we get some good setups. Okay. All right, so we'll see what this one does. It looks like INFI is starting to push up and test that $0.50 area in pre-market. It's at 246 now. So we'll see what that one does in the rest of pre-market. ONCS starting to push back up. It's at 141 now. And so I really want to see this one break that 146 pre-market high and then test the 150s. Go ahead and add a little indicator right here. See if that one can make that push. It may run into a little bit of room here at 117. Maybe right here at 115. But actually it gapped over that, didn't it? Yeah, it's at 140. Okay, so it's obviously going to run into some resistance over 150. Some here at 158, here at 172, 170. And so it's going to run into a little bit of resistance over that $0.50. We'll see if it can keep pushing and break. INFI is at that 250 area now. We'll see if it can hold over that and then break the 256 pre-market high. I'd actually prefer it not to do this right now. I'd rather it give me that opportunity at the open to break the pre-market high and get in for that setup, because if it does this and it breaks it before the open, I'll just have to wait for the first pullback, whereas this one will allow me to have an earlier entry if it doesn't break this 256 area. Good morning, Black Monday. Watching PRPO. Yeah, we'll see if it can break and test that 265 area for PRPO. Fill the gap until 4. Yeah, it does have a gap. That's a good play. Yeah, the gap ends at about 256. So we'll see. But if it can break that, it might have a little bit of room. Let me look at this daily again. There's a little bit of resistance. At 348, there's some resistance. At 376, there's a little bit, but it does have some room. It does have about $1 of room to run from where it's at 248 now. So we'll see what that one does. Thank you, Team Blue. I've actually been wondering that for so long. So I click this. Oh, wait. Let me see. Which one's the price level one, Team Blue? I've wondered that. I've been using Thinkorswim for a long time. I've been doing them the exact same way all along. Price level. Nice, man. I didn't even notice that. That makes it even too. Appreciate it. That'll be helpful. That will definitely be helpful, man. Appreciate it. Good morning, Ali. Yeah, I got it, Team Blue, man. I figured it out. See, now I'll just be able to click that. All right, so look, we have this big resistance here. It's a double top in pre-market on INFI. We've got that big point right there, so we'll see what that one does. I'm curious to see if it starts to fall down after this double top here, if it has some room to break it at the open. We'll see. Yeah, really, Team Blue, I don't even need it to push all the way to the side now. That's all I really need right here. So it looks like SPI is starting to fall back down. We'll see if it can hold over 26. Oh, NCS as well. We'll see what that one does. All right, guys, we got about 13 minutes till the open. Yeah, there's no pre-market on UStock. No pre-market trading. It's kind of like Robinhood in that sense. You can't trade pre-market. I can buy and sell and hold overnight, but I just can't get in or out during pre-market or after hours, which is pretty scary. You know, that's why UStock is more of a day trading broker. They're really not for swing trading, kind of like Robinhood. You know, Robinhood might advertise itself for swing traders, but you got to be able to get in and out in pre-market and after hours. And so another broker, you know, would probably be preferable for me, at least, with swing trading. All right, I'm just looking up to see if I see anything else moving before the open. Okay. So I'm watching HMNY. I think that one's gonna wash out huge. Eventually, sometime soon, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna watch Roku and maybe Cassie too. KACI or CASI is starting to push up a little bit as well, gapping up some, up to just under $4. So we'll see if it can push 4 at the open. A lot of gappers today. A lot of gappers. Yeah, CASI, Andre. Good morning, Andre. Yeah, Ali, the biggest thing that kills new traders is overtrading. You know, it's a mix of overtrading, using too big of size, and, you know, like I said, forcing trades. That's what kills most new traders. You know, and it's kind of a vicious cycle, you know, because new traders are going to lose. Most of the time, new traders are going to lose, and so when a new trader takes a first big loss, they try to revenge trade and they want to win it back, you know, and so they keep trading the same stock, maybe the same ticker, over and over and over again, and they keep losing over and over and over again, and that's usually what new traders do. And you know, at the end, they end up taking a huge loss and getting really bummed out about it, and then quitting trading. It happens a lot, and so. One of the best things I ever did was switch over to Thinkorswim for a month or two and be forced to only use 3 day trades a week. You know, it really taught me to be more selective than what I was doing before on SureTrader, and so it helped me change a little bit. Being forced to use, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm against the pattern day trading rule, you know, but I understand it because I've actually benefited from only having to trade 3 times a week, only being able to. It taught me to be more selective. You know, because if I only have 1 trade every 2 days, I'm going to make sure that setup is an A+ setup before I hop in. I'm not just going to jump in an okay setup. I want it to be a great setup if I only have 1 trade every 2 days. And so I can understand the logic behind it. Good morning, Andre. You're going to kill it this morning like yesterday. Let's do it. We got 9 minutes, fellas. 9 minutes. Nine minutes, guys. Hopefully we'll all make some money today, have some good runners. My #1 goal is to work on holding my winners longer. That's the biggest thing I need to work on, is holding my winners a little bit longer than I usually do. Yeah, Ali, it'll happen, man. It's really easy to revenge trade, to get on a ticker, take a loss, and then try to get back in it. Now, there's a difference. Like, sometimes if I missed an entry, like if I got spooked out of a trade, I might hop back in it once if I think it's going to keep going in that original direction I wanted it to. But I have to be careful not to overtrade. It's really easy to, especially on like UStock or any other broker that doesn't have the PDT rule for a small account. So you got to be really careful not to overtrade. PRPO, good call out then, man. There it goes. Just broke over yesterday's high. So we'll see what that one does. Okay, so here's most of my watch list. I'm going to go ahead and add PRPO to it. I didn't have ONCS on it. And SPI. So we got a ton of gappers. This is everything that's gapping up a little bit in after hours and pre-market. So we got a ton of volume so far in the market today, which is a good thing. Hopefully we get some big movers. I might start working on it, auto body. You know, I like playing simple price action. It's what's worked the best for me so far, is just using simple price action. And so, you know, I do like the 13 EMA and the VWAP. Those are my 2 favorite indicators, but I usually just stick to price action. It depends. It really depends. Like I may use the 13 EMA, maybe a little bit longer term moving average, as well as the VWAP on my swing trades. But with day trading, you know, I think it just clutters my screen. I just like doing simple price action. But everybody's different, you know. Some people like to use tons of indicators. Some don't like to use any like me. And so everybody's different. Yeah, you giving us those hot picks Black Monday. So yeah, you did give us LBIX. That was a good call out, man. PRPO is that's your pick for today. Good morning, Kay. All right, well, I'll leave PRPO on my main screen then, if that's your pick for today. Black Monday. SPI. SPI is finding a little bit of support at about just under 19 cents. At about 19 cents, it found a little bit of support. And so we'll see if it can hold over that. That's the crucial point for SPI, is this 19-cent level. Really, it's a little bit under that. But that's the crucial level there. You can see it's a double bottom. We'll see if it holds over that. PRPO has a press release. LTBR is up some, Chi. Or Chi. Sorry, man. So Chi, it's up some. Let me see. LTBR. Nice. Yeah, now you can be comfortable in it, Chi, and set your stop loss for break even. See if it can push back up towards that pre-market high. You know, it might dip back down for a second at your entry. Your entry is $1.13. And so it could pop down under that and stop you out really quick at the open. So be careful of that. But it's a good trade, man. Nice trade, dude. All right, so we got PRPO, ARDX, INFI, ONCS, AVXL, KTOV, CASI, SPI, CLNT, and HMNY. So we'll see what we get into this morning. Hopefully we have some good plays. Go ahead and add PRPO to my UStock. All right, we have 3 minutes before the open, guys. I'm going to go get something to drink really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. ARDX is starting to test that $8 area. Broke over it. It reached $8.05. Just bounced back under it. So I'm going to be watching that one to see if it can hold over that $8 whole dollar area. SPI starting to give it up, guys. It broke that key support level it had here, down to 16 cents. Still watching KTOV to see if it can hold over where the close of yesterday at 315. Watching PRPO to see if it makes a little flag pattern here and breaks this pre-market high at the open. All right, guys, we got 1 minute. Good luck, everyone. Chi, I need my juice in the morning, man. I'm not really a coffee drinker, and so I drink juice. Kind of wakes me up a little bit, gets some sugar in my blood, so I'm awake for the open. You know. HMNY is starting to wash out a little bit. Down to $28.40 for HMNY. All right, guys, 30 seconds. Let's see what we have this morning. Okay, so PRPO dropped to 240. I don't know if I like that. We'll see if it can make a rebound. All right, so there goes INFI. Breaking that pre-market high very quickly. ARDX pushing up too. Wow, check out ARDX and INFI. I'm going to get an INFI right now. See if it can test that $3 area with 40 shares. Let's hope it doesn't do too big of a pullback here. Up to 86, 90, 95. We'll see if it can test that $3 area. That's really what I want it to do. Up to 93. Down to 84. See if it finds some support. ARDX starting to come down. Try to see if INFI can start to push up and break that $3 area. If it drops below 275, I'm going to hop out. Man. I'll give it a second. See if it's just a pullback. Give it a little bit of time here. See if I can let it work for me. Gonna let it test that 70-cent area. Alright guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm still holding INFI with 40 shares. Waiting for it to test that $3 area. See if it can push back up. Give it a little bit more time here to see what it does. It's at 289 now. To 295. We'll see if it can finally make that $3 push up to 298. Getting a little bit of resistance here at $3. We'll see if it can make this push. Try to give it a little bit of time to work with me here. TURN is starting to go up a little bit, fellas. Maybe not. TURN. So check out TURN. TURN might be running nicely. If INFI can't break this soon, I'm going to hop out. Check out TURN, guys. Looks like it might test that 250 area. I'm going to go ahead and set a stop loss for this one at 268 for a $9 loss. We'll see what this one does. Check out TURN. No TURN on UStock. That's a bummer. UStock doesn't have TURN. And it's running as well. I'm going to get out INFI for a $5 loss on INFI. I just don't like these big down candle on it. So very small loss, about a $4.80 loss is where I was executed. So minimal loss. I wish I could trade TURN. I may hop in it if it turns back around, but I don't necessarily like that big down candle. We'll see. ROKA. Yeah, ROKA had a decent push. Let's see what else is moving. SNAP. See, I wish I could get in TURN. This is a really nice setup after the first 1 minute pullback, but SNAP, guys, having a decent push already. CASI starting to run up really nicely. Check it out. Nice flag right here. Breaking $4. Yeah, it looks like I got out of INFI at the right time. I only took a $4.50 loss, so very small loss, but it's down to just over 260 now. Watching CASI for the break of 4. It needs a little bit of a pullback here, so we'll see if it does and holds over 4. Yeah, there's the pullback on CASI. I wish I could trade TURN. Yeah, remember I said HMNY was going to tank. Let's see if it tanks. It's at $28 now. So big pullback on CASI. Yeah, PRPO's giving it up. Not a lot of volume at all with that one. CASI, a really big pullback here. CTRV. It's moving up for a cheap stock. At 73 cents now. We'll see if this one makes another big push. Definitely high relative volume on CTRV. So check that one out, guys. Let's see. We'll see if CASI can bounce back and break 4. It had a fake out over $4. And so we'll see what this one does now. I'm going to be patient. We'll see what MNKD does here too. Yeah, big washout on CASI. Glad I didn't hop in that one. We'll see if it can hold over this 366 point. That's the key level for it. But 2 fake outs this morning. Watching CTRV. It's up from about 62 cents where it opened. Watching GLUU. Just broke over 4. So we'll see if it can base over 4 and then maybe make a push towards the 410 area. I'm watching GLUU and CTRV right now. CTRV had a nice 1-minute pullback. We'll see if it pushes up and breaks that 75-cent area. GLUU, I might hop in this one with a small share size of like 50 shares. Let it run a little bit. Set a stop loss pretty low. Wanted to break over this previous high really quick before I get in. It's at $4.05 now. Watching CTRV. KTOV maybe making a comeback as well. It's at 307, so it did find some support there. AKER. Look at AKER, guys. Big push. We'll see what if it tests that $1.50 area, but that's a nice push for AKER, and it's limited liquidity on UStock. It's definitely not what I want to see. Now it's back, okay, up to 169. Man, really dangerous of a stock though, one moving this quick, so I'm gonna be careful with it. Maybe hop in on the pullback with a really small share size of like 30 shares. Maybe like 20 shares. Super small size. Down to 144. Glad I didn't hop in that one. We'll see if it bases over 150. That's really what I want to see with this one. All right, let's see. A lot of call outs in the chat. We got ROKA, SPI, SRAX, and AKER's limited liquidity right when I would want to get in it. It's a bummer. I would have hopped in it right here too. Now it's limited liquidity and it's pushing up. Great. One of the downfalls of using UStock, KTOV starting to reverse. Look at this washout long setup possibly happening. Alright, so we got AKERs moving. It's labeled limited liquidity on UStock, so I can't trade that one. I'm watching GLUU. See if it ever breaks this previous high it had at 406. There it goes. We'll see if it can hold over that. There it goes. Hopping in with 50 shares on GLUU. Set a stop loss at relatively safe at 398 for a $5 loss. I don't like it. It fell all the way back down. SRAX giving it up, man. It washed out. Bounced right off of that 310 area. Alright, so I'm holding GLUU just to see what it does. Very small position for a stock that's not moving much. I tried to get in AKER, but it's limited on UStock, which is ridiculous because it's probably one of the stocks that has the most volume right now. And so that's crazy, but oh well. Watching KTOV to see about a possible reversal here. Red to green after this washout. If it can break 342, see if it can test that 350s area. Watching KCASI to see what that one does. Still not sure how I feel about that one. KTOV is pushing up really nicely. We'll see if it can crack this area right here. AKER has an $8 million float, so a low floater here. Moving really crazy. I could have made 20 cents right there, but it's limited liquidity on UStock. Watching KTOV, it's pulling back a little bit. Watching ACRX to see if it reverses, keeps heading up. Had a big gap down from the 550 area. Now it's up to 240, so I'm watching ACRX. May hop in this one. We'll see what this one does. Holding GLUU with 50 shares, starting to go in my direction. So we'll see if it has that room up until the 520 area. Up to 512 now, so it looks like it's working out for me. Go ahead and set a stop loss a little bit lower. Go ahead and set one for 404 for a 250 loss. Pushing up really nicely in my direction. Go ahead and set a stop loss for break even on GLUU. Alright, so my stop loss is at 406 for GLUU. It's basically a break-even trade. I think I'll be down $1 afterwards, so we'll see what that one does. Pretty risk-free trade now. ITUS, guys, had a nice red to green washout long setup. You can see here, a beautiful setup. So I'm watching ITUS now. It's a previous big runner. And so we'll see what that one does. KTOV had a really nice few red candles, and so I'm going to be watching that one as well. See if it can break that 340 area resistance. But yeah, ITUS is running. You got in AKER on UStock, Andre? I tried. It was limited liquidity. Is it better now? KTOV, I might hop in with a small share size to see if it can push up to that 350 area. Watching KTOV. Really nice flag here on AKER. And it's not limited anymore. So we'll see if this one pushes back up and tests that $2 point. INFI is moving again. Yeah, INFI starting to push back up. Testing that $3 area. That $3 area is key for this one. So we'll see. AKER broke under the $0.50. Yeah, so you got in. Good morning, Quentin. What's up, man? So you were able to get in. Nice job, Andre. I'm assuming you made some money on it. There goes INFI. INFI is making that push. Broke 3. Yeah, I could have held this one, but I'm not really disappointed in it. That was just such a huge pullback. It could have easily gone the other way. So we'll see what this one does. I want to see it hold over 3. That's that key level. I want to see it use that previous resistance it had at $3 as support now. And so that's what I'm watching for INFI. Back down, broke under 3. We'll see if it keeps pushing up. Watching INFI to see if it bases over 3 and then keeps pushing up. KTOV is having that push too. We'll see if it KTOV that key levels at 340. And so we'll see if it breaks over that and test that 350 area. But I'm watching INFI now to see if it dips down, holds 3 as support, and then breaks that previous high. If it does, I might jump in it. IDIS, guys, is pushing up nicely. Looks like my GLLU trade's working out. Up to 316, 416. So we'll see if it makes a push and breaks that pre-market high. That's where that next resistance is. I can set my stop loss on this one comfortably for break even. So break even trade on that one. Watching INFI pretty closely here. Watching INFI really closely right here. Might hop in it if it breaks that 319 area. Looks like it's going to try to. Going to wait for it to break though. My GLU trade is working out nicely. I'm going to give it a second to test that pre-market high at 420. There it goes. Broke 420. See how much room GLUU has. Go ahead and sell here. All right, so I'm break even on the day now on GLUU. Watching INFI closely here. Watching ITUS as well. See if we can break over that 330 high right here. So I'm break even after GLUU. Made $5 on it. Took a $4.50 loss on INFI this morning. Still watching it. It did eventually break over 3. It's at 301 now, but I really want to see it break that 319 point before I get in it. I want to see it base and hold that previous resistance as 3 as support, and then push up and break that previous high. That's where I like my entry, right here. And so we'll see what that one does. Very tricky stock. Got rejected at $3 hard earlier at the open, and so we'll see what that one does. Still watching INFI. Let's see if there's anything else moving. AKER couldn't hold over that $0.50. KTOV still struggling to break over that 340 area, so I'm watching that one. MTEM maybe flagging a little bit. Looks like a possible double top here though, so we'll see what this one does. Its highs at 1188. And so I'm still watching INFI. I want to see it base and hold 3 as support and then push to break that 319 level. IFON, guys, is pushing up nicely. Check out IFON. Up to 228. Looks like ITUS broke over. Check out ITUS, guys. It's broke over and it tested that $0.50 resistance, or that pre-market high at 340. Check out IFON, fellas. It's pushing up nicely. And ITUS, fellas, is pushing up nicely as well. ITUS just had a flat top breakout, broke over the 330 previous resistance. It's currently at 338, so we'll see if it can break that pre-market high. If I do get in, it's going to be a small share size, and I might get in after the pullback on ITUS. Looks like INFI couldn't hold over 3, and so that's why you always got to wait for that entry for it to break the pre-market high. Check out IFON. It's running big, guys. Really nice push on IFON. Really nice push. Watching ITUS now. I gotta wait for an entry on IFON. I don't want to chase after this big move. You can see here a really big move, and so I don't want to chase it. UGAZ, Kevin. I'll check out UGAZ. There's the break of the $0.50 on ITUS and on IFON. So we'll see what these two do. I want to see them hold over that $0.50 mark and use it as support. IFON needs a pullback though. All right, I'm in IFON at 358. I might have been chasing this one a little bit too much. Up to 265. We'll see if it can run to 3. 269. Really nice push. I do not like that down wick. I'm going to go ahead and set a stop loss for this one at 245. Maybe 240. $7 loss. Stop set at 240 on IFON. Still watching ITUS. Gonna try to let IFON work for me. We'll see if it can have a base over this 250 point. I think I was chasing it a little bit though. Watching ITUS to see what it does over this $0.50. We'll see what my IFON trade does. Still think, looking back, I was probably chasing IFON a little bit too much. We'll see if it flags and pushes for 3, but it's just already up so much. We'll see. Let's see if we see anything else moving. ADHD. ADHD may be running a little bit. It's still low volume though. We'll see if it picks up. High relative volume though, so we'll see. And I'm stopped out on IFON for a $7 loss. So I'm down $7 on the day. Let's try not to overtrade today. I'm going to be really frustrated if it dips back down and stops me out and then bounces back up. Yeah, SPI might be a good reversal setup here. Yeah, ITUS and IFON faked out. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about with IFON. I was worried I was chasing it. I'm watching SPI to see if it possibly reverses. It's down so much already. I think that it was oversold, so maybe it will reverse back and start pushing up. Let's see if we notice anything else moving. ADHD, see, SPI might have a reversal. See, look at that pullback. I'm just glad I got out when I did for a small loss on that one. UGAZ, I'm looking at UGAZ now on my other screen. Might be a decent swing. CPST is starting to crawl up and possibly break that pre-market high. Very low range on this stock, only a 2.5 cent range, 3 cent range today. And so we'll see what that one does. Yeah, I'm just glad I got out of IFON when I did for a small $7 loss on that one. I'm watching CPST. I know it has low volume, but we'll see if it can break that pre-market high. Yeah, there's that SPI possible breakout. We'll see if SPI can reverse. Still watching SPI. Let's see what else is moving. INFI to break high of day. Yeah, it just needs to hold over $3 where that previous resistance was. It dropped under where that previous resistance was here. So you can see had some previous resistance here. And so that's kind of the crucial level with it right now, is that $3 area. We'll see what it does. SPI starting to push back up. Looks like it was oversold. And so maybe start to run back up. Yeah, we'll see Q. We'll see if INFI can break that high of day. It got rejected at $3. And so that one's being really tricky today. HMNY is starting to fall back down. It's at $26.82. So we'll see what that one does as well. Hey Q, what does the stream look like? I'm getting a red alert on YouTube. Is the stream quality good? We'll see. I'm still watching INFI, fellas, if you can see me. Let me know in the chat how the stream looks, if the quality's okay. Kevin, the stream quality's good? 1080p? Nice. Okay. That's good to hear. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube's telling me it's red. GOOG, Black Monday? I might hop in SPI with a really small share size of like 20 shares or 200 shares and just see if it'll work for me. I'm going to hop in this one with 200 shares. Use a small share size and a small exit of like 14 cents. Let me see. 13.1 cents is my stop. $7 loss. I'll try to give SPI a little bit of time to work with me. UGAZ breaking over that high of day. There it goes. I'll probably hop in UGAZ with a small share size. This has a tiny range, a very small range, but we'll see what it does. Oh, it looks good. Black Monday, good. Graham, it's good. Okay, good. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I was worried about. I just want the stream to be clear. I don't know. Now it says it's green and the stream health is good. I don't know why it said it was red for a second. All right, guys, I'm in SPI. Small share size of 200 shares. We'll see if we can push back up in reverse and break 17, possibly testing 18. We'll see. I'm just going to let this one run a little bit to see if it can come back to maybe 20 cents. Try to give it a little bit of time. UGAZ's popping back. Kevin, I mean, really, honestly, man, I just trade whatever's moving. It doesn't necessarily have to be a penny stock. I'll trade anything in between, 10 cents and $30. So anything between there, I'll trade, SPI starting to push up nicely. So yeah, I'll trade anything between 10 cents and $30. It just depends on if it's moving, I'm not prejudiced with stocks, to be honest. I try not to trade anything over $50 just because I really don't have the account size to trade stocks that expensive. But like I got in HMNY at $26 the other day and wrote it up a little bit with like 15 or 20 shares, and so I'll get in a little bit more expensive stocks. You're swinging Black Monday SPI. Yeah, I'm in it with 200 shares, so we'll see what that one does. I probably should have used a little bit larger share size, but it's just kind of a toying trade. I'm just going to try to let it run a little bit. We'll see what it does though. Hopefully we get some movers. RNVA. Check out RNVA. It had a nice little push over $2. And so we'll see if it can hold and keep pushing. I want to see it hold over 2. Maybe possibly flag a little bit. BIOA, guys. BIOA. Another cheap one, but it's moving. See here, it had a nice 1-minute pullback at 60 cents. And starting to push up nicely. I missed my entry with that one, though, so I'm going to wait for a better entry. And while I do that, I'm going to watch RNVA to see if it can push back up. UGAZ starting to test that 1060 area. We're watching BIOA for sure. Nice volume, nice flag pattern here. I want to see it push up a little bit more if it's going to flag again though. RNVA. Watching that one. Watching BIOA. Seeing if SPI can hold over 16 cents. ARDX making that push. Starting to test that high. We'll watch this one as well. It's going to test that 850 area where it had that resistance here at 846. It's up to 850 now. It needs a pullback though, so we'll see. Kind of a mini pullback on BIOA. I kind of like that. Gonna hop in BIOA right here once it broke that previous high. Give it a little bit of time. There we go. Got in at the right time, just don't think I used large enough share size with this one. I got in at the perfect time. My share size was a little bit too small, I think. I could add right now, but I'll just try to let it work for me. It's going to need a pullback, obviously, so we'll see what this one does. I'll set a stop loss for this one at 62 cents or 61 maybe. Go ahead and set one at 62. There we go. There's another push. We'll see if it can make it up to 68 cents. Check out ARDX, guys. It broke over that 850. Oh no, I'm limited liquidity on UStock with this one. Man, I do not like that. Might have to look for an exit on this one. Man, RNBA giving it up. Every time a stock picks up volume on UStock, it starts to get labeled limited liquidity. I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like that on BIOA. I don't like that limited liquidity. Makes it much more risky. No, it's not. We'll see if it bounces back. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And I'm stopped out. $4 loss. So I'm down about 11 on the day so far. That one was risky. Let's see if my SPI trade can pick it up. I'm watching ARDX at 840. See if it can hold over that 850 point. ZEN. We'll see if this one can hold over 31. No really telling. Yeah, I don't like that violent drop on BIOA. Really violent drop. We'll see though. We'll see if my SPI trade will work out for me. I may add to it if it breaks over this $17 area. Starts pushing towards 18. Yeah, SPI is a little bit boring. It's starting to push back up. It's just really slow. ARDX starting to move nicely. Hitting that 850 area. Let's see if it can hold. XXII, Dan. Yeah, it had a really nice bounce back. It doesn't have a huge range. It only has a range of about 20 cents for today, and so not a big range at all. So we'll see what that one does. We'll see if I can get into anything else. Watching SPI, but it's really slow. I have 200 shares, so a very small position on SPI. Still watching ARDX to see if it bases. It's got that big move to $8 to $9. So if it can break over this 850 point, it has some room until 9. Key levels right there at the 850 or 846 for ARDX. Don't like that drop. We'll see. SBI having some trouble breaking over 17. Yeah, I've been watching XXII Dan for a few months now. It's been moving a decent amount over these last few months. You can see here on the chart. I'm watching ZEN as well. But you can see here on the daily chart, it's a previous big runner. You know, you can see all these big pushes. Really nice daily chart. We'll see if it makes that break over 3 now, though. Just not a ton of range for today. Only a 20-cent range from 275 to 295, basically. And so we'll see what the range is like. It's just the range isn't huge on this one. I may go ahead and get out my SPI trade for a break even. It's just not moving. I'll give it a little bit of time, but really slow stock right now. It started to push up nicely. It's been consolidating for the last few minutes though, so we'll see what it does, but it's been moving a little bit slow. Let's see if we find anything else moving. It's almost 9:30. CCCR. CCCR is pushing up nicely. I don't like these big wicks though that it's had so far on this push over 3. But the volume's definitely picked up on CCCR. I just don't like these wicks. All these long wicks going down and up means here it means the buyer's won, here it means the seller's won, but it just also means a lack of, you know, it's kind of indecisive with these long wicks. So we'll see what it does here on CCCR. It's pushing up some nicely, but we'll see what it does. I don't necessarily like these candles. 5 minute looks a little bit better. Just big swings. Yeah, so I'm down $11. The thing is, I haven't had a losing day in like 2.5 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, and so I'm gonna be a little bit relieved when I have my first loss. I was talking to Rick yesterday. I think it hurts my trading just because I'm so I want to keep my green streak alive so much that I hesitate and I don't get into certain trades, especially if I'm up on the day. And so having a losing day for once, I'm okay with. It's about that time. Still watching CCCR. If it breaks over 350 and holds it as support, depending on what those candles look like, I might hop in it. I'll look at it from the 2 minute. 2 minutes a little bit better chart. Might be a good first one pullback here on CCCR. We'll see if it can push back up and break. If I do get in, it's going to be a tiny share size just because this one's range in the last 5 minutes has been 30-40 cents. And so you got to be careful. 45 cents actually in the last 6 minutes, a 45-cent range. So it's a big range. So if I do get in, it'll be a really small share size of like 20 shares. So if it does bounce under 3, I'll only be down $5. I might add to it if it pushes up in my direction, but we'll see. ARDX breaking over $0.50. Here we go. Try to get in this one with a small share size of like 30 shares. Maybe 20 shares since this one has a big range too. So I'm watching CCCR and ARDX. KTOV. Yeah, it looks like a McDonald's sign. We'll see if it bounces over $3. ARDX got rejected at the $0.50 again after bouncing up to 860. We'll see if it can push back over. So I'm watching ARDX and CCCR. Those are my two watches right now. I don't mind CCCR right here if it can push over and break that $3 point. We'll see. KTOV made a big push, but then got rejected and bounced right back down. If CCCR can break over this 36-cent area, I might hop in. Using the 2-minute chart. ARDX got rejected. Look at that big wash. Still watching CCCR. It's at 335 now. If it can get to 337, I might hop in it. Let's look at the 5-minute. See if it has any pullbacks on the 5-minute. Yeah, it's still a little overextended on the 5-minute. The 2-minute's not bad though. Just waiting patiently for that one. What's up, guys? If you're new here, make sure you hit that like button for this stream. It definitely helps support us, and subscribe if you want to see this live trade stream every morning. I'm getting in CCR now, CCCR. Got in with a small share size of 20 shares. I may add to it if it breaks 350. So it's just a tester trade right now. Very small sizing. There we go. There's that push I was looking for. It's up to 342 now. It got rejected at that $0.50. And so we're going to wait and see if this one can break it. And then I might jump in with a little bit larger share size. HMNY is starting to reverse. Possibly coming back up. We'll see. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for right there. Big push. Gonna go ahead and buy right here. So now I'm in with 40 shares. It's up to 360. We'll see if we can make that run up to 380. Up nicely to 364, 365. Go ahead and set a stop for this one somewhere a little bit safer at like 340, maybe 335. Give it a little bit of room. Up to 371. Give it a little bit of time. It needs a pullback here. Back up to 370, 373, 378. Got rejected back down at 378. 380. Here we go. Gonna try to give it a little bit of time. And I'm out for a $12 profit on CCCR. And so that takes back most of my loss on the day. I think I'm down 50 cents now. Actually, I think I'm even now. I was down $11, so I'm up $1 on the day, guys. I was able to bounce back with CCCR. Still watching it though to see if it tests that $4 area. So I got in at about 338, exited at 386. So a decent percentage trade. Definitely happy with it, even though it's a $12 profit. Up on the day about $1. And so I'm okay with it. Looks like I got out at the right time. It bounced back down at 377. So overall, I'm happy with that trade. Looks like HMNY is starting to push back in reverse. Check out HMNY here. Looks like it may break that high of the day right here at the $30 point, $30.18. So we'll see what that one does now. Andre, you had the exact same trade as me, man. I got in at 338, sold at 386. Charles on so full disclosure with UStock. UStock is a peer-to-peer broker, but overall, as you can see, like the fills and execution speeds are relatively quick. That last trade, it was pretty flawless for me. I got in at a good spot. I got out at a good spot. And so, but it's a peer-to-peer broker, so there's no pattern day trading rule on UStock. You can trade as much as you like. I've traded 3 times today, I think. I traded 2 or 3 times yesterday. And so it's unlimited trades. You can trade as much as you want. Commissions are only $1 per trade. And so you can see every time I enter a position, you know, I'm immediately down $1. So they add your commissions to your profit and loss. And so whenever you see your profit and loss, that's actually what you're going to make. And so $1 commissions, it's $1 a month for the subscription fee, and you know, unlimited pattern day trading. But there's still some, you know, there's still some negatives to UStock. I'm not gonna lie. Limit orders are really tough sometimes. If they don't get hit, it takes a long time to go back and cancel a limit order, and so I usually try to stick with market orders. There's no charting, so it's a very minimalist platform. But like you can see on my screen, I just use Thinkorswim for charting, and so, you know, it works out. It works out. It's really great for new traders learning how to trade. You know, you can actually spend that time in the market using a really small share size and kind of get the feel of trading the market, you know, profitably. And so that's what I do on it. You can see I use really tiny share size, but I'm still learning to trade, you know, and I've been consistent. And, you know, today so far I'm up 50 cents, and so it's a green day, but it's a very small green day. But I've been learning to trade the market fairly well on UStock, and so I can't really say too much bad stuff about it. There is some weird stuff that goes on. If you saw earlier in the stream, sometimes stocks are labeled limited liquidity, and when that happens, you can only get out via limit, which is really risky on UStock because, like I said, a lot of times limit orders don't get hit like you want them to, and so I just try to stay away from stocks labeled that. But overall, it's a decent starting broker. It's a decent new broker. You can't really get mad at $5 or $1 commissions, And the execution and fills are pretty decent, as you saw on that last trade, hopefully. Yeah, Dan, no problem, man. Glad to help, Dan. Yeah, if you saw that, you can see how fast the executions and the fills are. They're usually pretty decent. The other day was an outlier day compared to most days on UStock are actually pretty decent, and they're usually okay. Watching KTOV, it made this McDonald's sign at $3, and now it's starting to push back up, testing that 320 area. NAK, Andre. Nice. I do like NAK. Check out NAK, guys. NAK is pushing up. Not a huge range, only a range of about 14 cents on the day, but it did break that pre-market high as well as the high of the day at 210, and so we'll see if this one can run. Yeah, Charles, look, I don't want to, I'm not going to hate on any of those trading gurus or anything like that. Just in my experience, the best education in the market is experience. The best way you can really learn how to trade the market is to just go out there and spend that time learning how to trade. That's when you get the best feel for it overall. And I've been profitable for the last 3 months. I've had a decent amount of green days. If you watch any of my previous videos, they're not huge green days at all. I might make anywhere from 5 to, I've made up to $90, but I make very small gains most of the time. Like most of the time, a winning day for me is like $20, but that's okay because I'm just using small share size and I'm learning to trade. It's not about how much I make right now. It's just about getting in good, decent setups and learning how to trade profitably. And so the money and the big gains will come later when I up my size. So if you can make small gains in the market every day with small sizing, you can make large gains in the market with larger sizing. You just have to take that time to learn how to trade, and that's the most important thing, is just spending that time in the market and not using too big of size, because you have to spend that time in the market, and if you blow up your account too quickly, you're not going to have that time to learn, and you have to have that time to learn. And so you got to use really small size and just learn to trade, experience the market for yourself, get a few months in and just learn how to trade profitably. And that's what I think all new traders should do, and that's more valuable than any day trading course or any chat room or anything like that, and that's why I don't charge people for anything. My live stream is free, my chat room is free, my videos are free, my video lessons are free. I don't charge anybody for anything, just because I'm a new trader too, and I'm not going to try to lie like some of these other streamers and act like I'm the best trader in the world and start trying to charge people for all this other stuff whenever I'm still a new trader. And so I'm not going to try to charge other people to do anything. I'm just trying to help people, help teaching them what I learn along the way, NSTG. Yeah, really big gap down on NSTG. We'll see if it can fill some of this gap. I'm going to be watching this one the next few days. The best entry for this one is actually over this 1260 area. It has all this room over there. And so if it can break over that sometime in the next few days, it might run at least a little bit to fill this gap right here, because you can see there's no support and resistance lines right here. And so it has room to push up. And so we'll see. I'm going to be watching it over 12, but that's really where I'm going to be watching that one at. We'll see if it starts to reverse, though. It could possibly. Rockefeller once said the key to investing is buying when blood is running in the streets. And so what he means by that is that when a stock is down a huge amount, when anything's down a huge amount, you can buy it at its cheapest price. And so AEZS. Let me see. Yeah, AEZS is a nice push. Has a little bit larger range than some of the other ones, and we'll see if it can test that $0.50. I'm going to look at the 5-minute on this one. Yeah, it broke over that high of 235, and so that's the key support level right here. So if it can hold over that, it may run and test 250. You can never tell. Looks like my exit on CCCR was a good exit. I got out here at 386 right here. And so I got out right when this big wick was happening on the 2-minute chart. Looks like it was a decent exit for me. Kurt, so there's a few different ways I do it. I scan on Thinkorswim. I have a few apps. If you go check my older videos, I have one app that's called the 3 best smartphone scanning apps. And so that one goes over kind of what I look at. I have a few apps on my phone that tell me what stocks are moving and what the volume is. I also check out Twitter, StockTwits. Like I said, I use Thinkorswim Scanner. I have a video on that as well, so check that out. Once this stream is over, I can go ahead and add that how to scan for stocks on Thinkorswim video in the comment section. So if you want me to do that, I will. Just let me know. But yeah, I use a few different things. I check out StockTwits, Twitter, StockTwits, Twitter, Thinkorswim scanning app. I have 3 smartphone apps. There's one called Penny Stocks, iHub, and a few others that I use to see kind of what's moving in the market. Yeah, Sayhan, look, everybody's got to have their own strategy. I appreciate it, man. I mean, this one on CCCR, it was a scalp technically, but I got in after this first 2-minute pullback. If you've watched any of my other video lessons, this is one of my favorite strategies to get in after that first pullback, because consolidation is healthy for a stock. And so it actually needs this consolidation to make this big push right here. And so a good entry is to get in right when it breaks either that red candle, which is where I got in here, I got in at 338, or right when it breaks that previous high of the candle before that. And you can see if you got in either of those spots, it has plenty of room to run up. It's just a bull flag, But I don't like buying here right on the dip, because too many times the stock will push up and then it'll just wash out for the rest of the day. And so I like buying after the dip when it breaks that previous high, either here at 235 or here at 345. And so that's really how I like to play those. And you could see that live. That's how I traded it. And so I got out at 386 because, like I said, a lot of times $4, the whole dollars can be the best support and resistance lines. And so I got out at 386, playing it safe, thinking it might get rejected at 4, which it did. And you can see it washed out a decent while. So it was a good trade by me. I'm happy with it for sure. I think it was a decent trade idea and a good executed, trade for me. Yeah, Dan, I've checked out. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the sub, bro. Sure, Kurt. No problem, man. Dan, I've checked out TC2000. The only charting service I need is Thinkorswim, and it's 100% free. And so it's just what I stick with. It's pretty versatile and allows you to do so much stuff, and it's free. And so I just, nothing against TC2000. I've heard awesome things about TC2000, but as a new trader, I'm just trying to keep my my budget low with trading, and so Thinkorswim's just kind of the best fit for me right now. But I've heard awesome things about TC2000. I know a lot of the big traders use them, and so it's a great charting software for sure. I may swing trade SPI. I'll see though. May hold it, let it try to push back up to make some of this big move. So I'm going to go ahead and set a safe stop at about 1250. And I'll hold this one overnight. So we'll see what that one does. I'll try to give SPI a swing trade. AEZS is starting to push up nicely. See, it held that 235 previous resistance, And this is always how you should calculate risk reward here. So if you got in here, your risk would be 3 or 4 cents, and your reward should ultimately be at about 250. So it's a decent risk reward trade on AEZS. But we'll see what that one does. CCCR gave up a lot of that big push, and it hit this previous resistance at 238. So that's right where my entry was. So it looks like I got out at a good time. AEZS just doesn't have the biggest range for me, for my taste. Charles, so there's no charge for Thinkorswim. All you have to do is sign up with TD Ameritrade and set up an account with them. You don't even have to deposit any money into Thinkorswim. All you have to do is sign up, and you can download Thinkorswim. It has tons of awesome stuff you can use on it. Lots of cool stuff you can use. It has free Benzinga Squawk. And so, that's just for that alone is worth a download for new traders. So free live news alerts, and Benzinga Squawk is like $200 or $300 if you don't have Thinkorswim. And so you can get it for free on Thinkorswim. So it's just an awesome platform. It's one of my favorites. I use it every day, but it's 100% free, and it's an awesome platform. The guy that created it, I can't remember his name, but he's the founder of I think Juicy Trades maybe. He's a heck of a trader. He's a really good trader, but he has a way different style than me. He's one of those traders that think. So Team Blue, I was actually thinking about that the other day. CCCR ramping back up. Yeah, we'll see if it can break 350s. I was actually thinking about that the other day. Would you guys like me on, I was thinking instead of my watch list videos, I know I put out those watch list videos every night of what's moving in after hours, but instead of those, would y'all rather a live stream at like 8:15 p.m. at night, and I just go over, I search for stocks, I show y'all how I find stocks, and then I go over what's moving in after hours? Would y'all prefer that over the watch list video? It all just depends on how much traffic I get for it. If I get a decent amount of people here every night for a after hours watch list video, I'll go over how I find everything. So just let me know if you want to see that. Yeah, CCCR starting to push back up. Right, Dan. Thinkorswim is, as long as you're not using your paper trading, the live feed is correct. That's why I use it. There's no lag time on the live feed. Now, if you want to paper trade on Thinkorswim, you can't. It's not going to be real time if you paper trade. But if you're using just your regular trading account on Thinkorswim, everything's live, and so there's no delay, and it's 100% free, and so you can't really beat it. UGAZ is starting to push up. Not a huge range, but you can see here it broke over. It is starting to test that 270 area. So we'll see what that one does as well. Yeah, so y'all want to see that blue in Troy? All right, I'll try it out tonight. So just check back at 8:45 p.m. or 8:15 p.m. is when I'll probably do it, and I'll just go over. I'll kind of search for stocks, go over what I'm looking at, and what's moving in pre-market. INFI. Yeah, we'll see if it can reverse here. That crucial level. Do you see how this works? Look, it's crazy when people say technical analysis doesn't work and that it's just a scam. You can see here, this is obviously this previous resistance here. These things bounced right off of it as support. And so it's crazy when people say technical analysis doesn't work. You can see here, look at this. I drew this in pre-market, and look, these two candles bounced right off of it, and now it's support. And so we'll see if it can test $3 again. I don't really trust INFI after this morning, and so we'll see. Definitely a little bit more risky of a setup just because it's had fake outs. It hasn't broken over that $3 area clean so far. And so, definitely not as clean of a chart as I like on INFI. We'll see though. Nice, Dan. Blue stacks, I'll have to check it out. Okay, so I'll probably shut the stream down at 11 a.m. this morning. So in about 10 minutes, guys. Watching UGAZ, it doesn't have a huge range though. Watching AEZS to see if it holds over that 235 area. And maybe INFI to see if it has a little break. So CARG is a recent IPO. using the 1 year on the IPO. So yeah, CARG is open, guys. If you like trading IPOs, it's open. ADHD has a little bit of a run, it looks like. I'm going to check my Robinhood account to see if I can trade CARG. See if I have any day trades left on my Robinhood account. I got 1 day trade on it. So we'll see what CARG does as for its IPO. Guys, check out ROKA. ROKA is making a big push. Just broke over $2 from coming up from about $1.80. Just broke over $2. We'll see if it can hold over $2, but ROKA is moving nicely. So check that one out. Sahan, I live stream every morning. I go over what's moving in pre-market every morning at 8:45 a.m. market time, and then I live stream every morning for about an hour or two, depending on how long and what I get into. And so every morning, every weekday, I live stream. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys, if you want to see this live stream every morning. And make sure you like this live stream if you want to help support us. We really appreciate it. ARGS. Yeah, I'm watching ROKA as well. ARGS. We'll see if this one can push up and break this 18-cent area. That's kind of the key level for it at this 18-cent point. We'll see. CARG starting to kind of flag for its IPO. We'll see what that one does. And ADHD is pushing up over the $1.20 area. So we'll see. Let's see if I can even trade CARG on Robinhood. Nope. No Robinhood trade for CARG. It's an IPO, so I understand them not having that yet. Thanks, Sahan. Appreciate the sub, man. See you, Troy. Yeah, just check out. I'll probably be live streaming at about 8:15 p.m. tonight, going over what's moving in pre-market, and I'll just go over how I find my stocks that I watch every morning. So I'll go over that. So come check out the stream at 8:15 p.m. tonight. See you, Troy. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate watching and everything. I'll probably keep the stream going for 7 more minutes until 10 o'clock. Then I'll shut it down. See if we can find something else moving. Looks like ROKA couldn't hold over that $2 point. Check out HTGM. HTGM's picking up a little bit more volume. Had about 20,000 shares sold on this candle so far. 35,000 on that previous 1 minute candle. So picking up some volume on HTGM. ARGS, look at that big red candle. Scary red candle. Kevin, yes, I'm definitely going to switch a different broker. I might get on SureTrader, but I know I went over it yesterday. If I do decide to get in on SureTrader and open up another SureTrader account, I would have to deposit a decent, like a much bigger deposit. Like I started my UStock account with $1,000, but if I got on SureTrader, I would have to put at least 3 or 4 grand into it, just because my losses are going to be bigger, and so I need a bigger account to be comfortable taking a little bit more losses. You know, on UStock, I can use small size, so my losses are like $5 or $10 if I do take one. HTGM, guys, is pushing up really nicely. Broke over that previous high at 210 and is starting to run. And so check out HTGM. Might be a decent setup. But yeah, I'm for sure going to switch to a bigger broker once I get my account up. But like I said, right now I'm just learning to trade on UStock. I'm just taking it slow, make sure I have like a decent amount of consistency like I have the last few months before I up my share size, you know. And so that's ultimately what I'm waiting for. Kevin, my goal would be, obviously one of my goals is 25,000 to use a big boy broker, but really if I could get my account from where it was at 1,000, it's at about 1,600 right now. But if I can get my account up to 5 grand, even 3 grand, I would consider switching to a bigger broker. You know, it's not even about how much I get my account up. It's just about how much consistency I have. I have the money to deposit into SureTrader now, but you know, I just want to find a lot of consistency and make sure I'm a profitable trader before I move up. Because if I move up too soon, I'm just going to blow through that account, and I just want to make sure I'm consistent and profitable first, you know. HTGM might be a good dip buy. We'll see what HTGM does. I might get in it. I'm still watching it, but I'm probably about to shut the stream down. What else was I watching? I'm probably going to end up shutting the stream down shortly, guys. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to see these live trade videos and this live stream every morning and watch me trade live at the open. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to do your most to help support this channel and you appreciate all our content, make sure you hit those like buttons next to the video. We really appreciate it if you do. We still got a little bit more time left. I might get in something else in the market. We will see. Still not sure yet. But like I said, guys, good luck in the markets tomorrow, and thanks for watching.